folks. Welcome to another exciting session of Talk with Scholars powered by the IEEE Computer Society Kerala chapter. This time, we'll be knowing more about the Generation Google Scholarship APAC from our guest, Dia Sethi, who is currently pursuing her pre-final year in BTech undergraduation at IGDT So, Dia, would you like to give a short intro about yourself?
Sure. Hello, guys. I am Dia Sethi, and like Anna mentioned, I am from IGDTUW Delhi, and I'm pursuing my bachelor's in computer science. And yeah, I am 2023 APAC Generation Scholar. I'm also an upcoming intern in Urban Clap. That's about me, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you, guys.
So, thank you so much for being with us. And more about the scholarship. For starters, given our varied audience, could you give us a short intro to what the scholarship is all about?
All right. Generation Google Scholarship is a scholarship that is offered firstly to women because women are considered to be a minority in the technology field. So, Google has come up with this initiative where they are offering a scholarship of $2,500 to women in computer science or any related field to computers, basically. And the criteria for this scholarship are whichever student applies for this one is enrolled in second or third year, and another thing is that about their personalities, are they leader, are they people who are interested in giving back to the community, because they choose people who can propagate the benefit that they get and not just keep it to themselves.
Okay, how did you come to know about the scholarship and what made you actually apply for it?
Okay, since I told you I'm in a technical university and mine is an all women college, so Generation Google Scholarship has always been a topic of consideration. So we kept talking about it. Plus, I do have seniors who got this scholarship, and I was really motivated after seeing them. And never did I ever had this doubt that I can't be like, who am I? Why would they select me? Because according to me, everyone else who is applying has this doubt with themselves that I won't get selected probably. But then, you to be a leader, you need to have that mindset that who else if not me.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. So now, for the people who are completely new to the scholarship, so there's basically three rounds of the application process, right? So could you give us a brief about it so that we can move into it in more detail?
Okay, so I'm not sure how the application would go this time, because at my time, it was only for first year and second year students. And at this point, it's for second and third year students. So it keeps changing the criterias. What it was for me was there was an application that was online. So it contained essay, your transcripts, your academic, basically history, and basically your resume. So these were the main things. Then if your resume, okay, yeah, and there was an OA, which is online assessment round. That was round two. On the basis of these two, there were shortlisted students who got an opportunity to give an interview. Then after the interview, you just got selected.
Okay, what according to you is the most important part of the application, and what would be your tips to like complete that round?
Okay. So, according to me, in the very initial phase, your essay is the most important, because that is where people or the HR, whoever is reading, can get to know who you are as a person. Are you a leader? Are you a community person? So, basically, the way you respond to an essay, the things you tell there actually define how an image of you is being formed. Okay, this is Dia, she's done this, and this is her community involvement, this is her academic involvement, and other things about me. So I think essay plays a major role in the application process. So while writing your essay also, you should keep in mind that your essay should not be generalized. If they're asking you about the any gap that is there in the industry, don't talk about how men are kept above women. Talk about something you have faced, talk about something you have seen. And if you're talking about solutions, don't give any general solutions. Give solutions that you have given to the society. Even if it is helping two kids in your, locality, even if it is helping like five people on call, like they say in their application, the scale of impact doesn't matter. If you are a leader for three people, you are a leader only. So yeah.
Okay, so as you said in the first round, apart from the essays, they also ask for our transcripts, and I guess it's okay if we can submit our unofficial transcripts too.
Sure.
So, and then another thing that they're asking is about our resume or CV. So, in your opinion, what all should be included in our resume, and like should it be more of a resume since it's a one-page thing, or and CV that is like something more of a detailed thing? So, what would
So
be your tips on
I submitted a resume only, and according to me, resume should be very honest. And if you're a second year student, you wouldn't have a lot of I would say achievements or work experience, because honestly even I did not have. I applied in the second year, and all I had was societies the college societies involvement, right? So I was a part of social initiatives, I would say, and I was helping girls in the tech field. I wanted the person who's reading my essay should know that I am a leader and I'm a community person. Like they ask for these qualities in the application, right? So I made sure that my resume shows that.
oh,
Now, in the work experience, whatever I had, like whatever you have put there, honestly, just make sure that the qualities they're asking for, those things you're surely putting that in your resume, and it's well structured and there are no mistakes, the general tips.
okay. So, like we should be focusing more on our community activities and more toward those activities which we have done in connection with diversity and inclusion. And as you said, so since we don't have much work experiences, we should be adding more of our volunteering activities and
Yes,
right.
and it should be in coherence with your essay answers. So if I'm saying that, okay, let me give an example. In my second year, I started this initiative in my college called Adira, along with other folks in my college. We had a society to promote sustainable development, and I was working in quality education part of it. So I mentioned about that in my resume as well as my essay. I was also working in a tech society which which help the current students communicate with the alumni. I mentioned that in my resume as well as my essays. So there was coherence. They could understand who Dia is through my resume as well.
Okay, so that was a really great tip. And moving on, the second round, from what I've made out from the website, is we'd be having a coding round. And you said in your time it was a no way. So, what would you like to tell us more about that?
Yeah, so the technical round really depends on your DSA preparation, I would say. And the questions were from medium to hard. At my time, there were two questions, and I had to attempt just one of them. And it depended on that.
Okay, so since you said it was more DSA oriented, so what kind of questions came for you? Like from which topic, and what topics should we be covering more in depth
I
according to
think one of them was graphs, and the other one I do not remember, because what I attempted was graphs at that point, and it was a medium question, you can say. But again, questions can be from anywhere. So basically, you have to prepare for DSA. Like you have to focus on that part as well. But I do not think that a large amount of if you are getting selected depends on that. But yes, you should be able to attempt one question. So I'm telling about my time. The other question that came, I did not know how to solve that. So it was my luck that there were two questions and I knew one of them. So yeah, that is one thing.
Okay, so moving on, like we have the telephonic interview round. So, how long was the interview, and what kind of questions were asked? Was it purely technical or non-technical too?
Yeah, so my interview was purely non-technical, and it was for around 45 minutes. And I
Okay.
was, so it began with general questions like who am I, what is my community involvement, and follow up questions from that. Then I was asked, if you get, I don't know, 1 billion rupees, what would you do with that? And yeah, so I did not have a very definite answer to it, but yeah, I told them honestly what all I could think of. So one thing is that be very honest, because I'm telling you about the 1 billion answer, but 1 billion question, but there can be any question out of the blue over there. So just be confident and honest, and also think about what they want from you as a candidate. They want you to be a leader and a community person. So you can't say, if I get 1 billion, I'll invest it on myself or my family. You genuinely have to think about something like, I am a person who wants to be known for her impact. Like, I do not have a certain idea right now, but in future I would want to make something so big that it helps people. I plan on a startup, and I do not have any very fixed idea in mind right now, but there are some issues that I care about, and then I explain the issues that I care about, and maybe I'll work on those issues. So basically it tells what mentality and vision I have.
Okay, so how was the timeline of this? Like, what was the gap between the submission deadline and the OA, and then from the OA to the telephonic interview round?
So I think I applied in December,
Hmm.
and the OA was, I think, after just 20 days or 1 month. And when I got the interview in July.
Oh,
Just, can you wait for a minute? I'll just check and then let you know.
yeah, sure.
Okay. I hope it's okay with the recording person.
Yeah, we could cut this part later.
All right, just give me 1 second. So, there's a funny story related to this. I'll tell that as well.
Okay.
Okay, I can't find the challenge date, but I do know when my application got in. Just 1 second. All right. I can't find it, so let's not waste time on this.
Okay. Uh, s-
Can I answer your question again?
so what I asked was basically how the gap was between the application, the initial application submission and the coding round, and then between the coding round and the interview round.
Right. So there is a lot of gap, I would say. And the when I filled for the application, it was around 11 December. I
Okay.
submitted my application then, and after, like, say, a month, I had my coding round, and then in March I got an email for my interview. So my interview was in March, and then April I got selection, and then April end there was retreat. So it was, there was a lot of time. It was a very time taking process. But then again, at my time there were around 14,000 applicants, and
Okay.
this time they are limiting it to 3,000 applicants. So you can expect the results to come out sooner, because they have a lesser pool to select from.
Okay, so as you just mentioned about the retreat, so I believe that's something you get to know about once you become an awardee. Uh, so, how was your experience? How was your experience being a Generation Google Scholar? And could you tell us more about it?
Yeah, so I would say like it was the best day. It was one of my best days. My parents were so proud of me. And because being a college student, getting a scholarship for 2 lakh rupees, it's almost a dream because you can, pay for 2 semesters of your college and you feel so good about that. Plus, my experience post that was that there was a retreat that was a really beautiful day in itself. We got to meet with Googlers from across the world, and then we also met with the past scholars and the current scholars. Some past scholars joined the call and talked to us about that, and we formed a group with our current scholars where we are till date we are in contact with each other, and it's a really great network that we have built. We are on LinkedIn, we are on WhatsApp. So that's that. I also got an interview opportunity with Google for the internship. I'm not certain that this is always there, but yeah, I did get an opportunity to interview with Google because I was a scholar. Plus, I think if you apply for any opportunity or initiative from Google, you do get an interview opportunity. So whenever you find such kind of initiatives on the internet, apply for it even though you think you're not eligible. Sorry, even if you think you can't make it, just apply for it. Even if you don't get selected and you stop at stage 2, then also your name and your information is there in their databases, so you should not miss on that, I would say. Because if you're not perfect today, you would be perfect after a year, and what if you get an opportunity at that point?
Sure. Yeah, that's really a good point to ponder on. Uh, Moving forward, now that we've covered almost the whole process, so what, according to you, was the main aspects in your application that stood out and helped you win the scholarship?
Right. So I think first of all, my essay. So I put in a lot of effort. I made sure I gave 15 days to my essay. So I made sure that that essay spoke about me to whoever is reading that. I did not spend 15 days on how to write it. I spent 15 days on what to write in that essay because I wanted to make sure that it talks about my leadership and my community engagement, because I am a human and I can forget about 2 things that I've done in the past if I just write it in one day. I needed time to process what all I have done. I, reflected back. And then in my interview round, also, I would say that I did one thing that was different from others. Now, I had at that point, I was very um, you would say motivated to one social cause that was helping people who cannot speak and or hear, right? So I was kind of working on a like prototype of that model. It's right. So it's what was called AI Can Hear You, and it had a presentation on that. So while during my interview, I asked my interviewer if I can show her something. So I showed that PPT to her, that what kind of, what vision do I have when it comes to society? When I see something going wrong, how do I plan on improving things? So I showed her my presentation that, this is something I have been thinking about. And I do get such thoughts on a daily, on a, often I get these thoughts, and I do think that in future I would work on a social cause. And I do not, sugarcoat things when I say this. I actually believe in it. So that also shows in you, right? So if you
Yeah.
believe in giving back to the society, that becomes very evident. So I think these are the 2 things, that essay and the PPT that I showed, plus how confident you are while answering, how honest you are. If you're honest, then you can be confident, definitely. Right. Plus, there's self esteem that, if not you, then who? So just remember that always. Even if you don't make it, don't let go of that feeling that you are capable.
Okay, so as you spoken more about the retreat, so after that, is there any sort of a follow up, like being a scholar? Is it like like once you become a scholar, then you get the name, like you are a generation Google scholar, and that's going to stay with you. So as you said about the network, and what else do you do as a scholar, so apart from that retreat part?
So there is no follow up as such. There is no coachings or trainings as you might be thinking. That's not there. But yeah, the tag in itself, it gives you so much of self motivation that you can make it and you have made it. So yeah, the motivation that it gives you is a big thing.
Okay, so I guess we are almost done with all the questions I had. So before winding up, is there anything you would like to share with the aspirants?
Yeah, so like I said, be very confident when it comes to applying for something. Let go of the doubts that you have of yourself. Let the person checking your application have those doubts if they want to. You just apply without any thought. And I would also say, try to make everything personalized. Everything that you put in that application, not just here, but in future as well, wherever you apply, try to show your personalities through the essays you write or even your resume. People, when they go through it, they should get to know what kind of a person you are. And if it matches with their organization, then definitely it would be like a corporate marriage, you would say. So why not? If it's in the stars, then why not? So I would give this advice that you should make everything very personalized. And my LinkedIn is always has open doors for everyone if they want to ask any questions to me or send in their essays for reviewing, because that's very important. Get your essays reviewed. Do not depend on yourself. You should get it reviewed by preferably a past scholar.
Yeah, sure. So we'll be sharing your LinkedIn profile link too with the viewers.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess that's it for now. Thank you so much for being with us today. So your experience sharing has been really valuable for us, and definitely sure it's going to be valuable for everyone who's going to watch this. So I guess that's it for now. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
Maria, like, do we have anything else?
We're good. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we are good. It's fine.
Okay,
All
so
right. Thank you guys for having me. It was really great talking to you, and I hope it reaches a lot of people and they're able to, apply for this.
yeah, sure. So even personally for us, it was an enriching experience, and I'm sure Maria will let you know about when the video will be ready and the other stuff and all. So thank you so much for being with us, Dia. So yeah, hope you have a great day.
Yeah, you do have my LinkedIn. Maria is connected with me over LinkedIn, so you can put that in description. I'll also share this
Yeah,
article.
before releasing we could share a link of how the video is going to come out. So we'll be publishing this on our YouTube channel actually.
Okay. Also, I've written a blog on the same, how I got selected, so you can share that also in your description, if
Yeah, sure.
people want to read that, right?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the blog, and I'll make sure it's mentioned in the description. So, yeah, I guess that's it for now. If there's anything, Maria would be contacting you over LinkedIn itself. So, thank you once again, Dia.
All right. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.